Hey there, folks. Grab a coffee or maybe a nice juicy burger if you've got one handy, because today we're diving into something that might just blow your mind, literally. We're talking about how chowing down on meat didn't just keep our ancient ancestors alive out on the African savanna. It straight up turbocharged their brains, turned us from tree-swinging primates into the planet-conquering species we are today. From the very dawn of humanity, meat eating wasn't some optional side dish. It was rocket fuel for the single biggest upgrade in our evolutionary story, the explosion of that 3-pound supercomputer sitting between our ears. Let's start at the beginning, back when our lines split from the chimps around 6 or 7 million years ago. Those early hominins, think Australopithecus, the famous Lucy types, were mostly munching on fruits, leaves, tubers, and whatever bugs or small critters they could snatch. Their brains were roughly the size of a modern chimp's, about 400 to 500 cubic centimeters. Decent for climbing trees and cracking nuts, but nothing special. Life was tough. Food was scattered, low-calorie, and took a ton of time and gut power to digest. Then, around 2.6 million years ago, something game-changing happened. Our ancestors picked up sharp stones and started butchering animals. We've got the proof carved right into fossil bones from places like Ghana and Ethiopia, cut marks from slicing meat off carcasses, percussion marks from smashing bones for marrow. That's not guesswork. That's hard evidence of the first major dietary upgrade in human history. Fast forward a bit, and you see Homo habilis, handyman, around 2.4 million years ago, brain creeping up to about 600 cubic centimeters. But the real leap comes with Homo erectus around 1.9 to 1.8 million years ago. Suddenly, brains balloon to 900 to 1,100 cubic centimeters. Body size jumps too. These guys were taller, stronger, and spreading out of Africa. What flipped the switch? Meat and the smart ways they got it. Scavenging, hunting, using tools like the Oldowan choppers. They weren't vegetarians waiting for the next berry bush. They were opportunistic carnivores going after antelope, zebra, hippo, whatever they could take down or steal from bigger predators. And yes, some scientists debate exactly how much hunting versus scavenging, but the bottom line is clear. Animal protein and fat enter the menu in a big way. Here's where it gets really interesting, and this is the expensive tissue hypothesis, solid science from researchers like Leslie Aiello back in the 90s that still holds up. Your brain is a greedy organ. It's only about 2% of your body weight, but it burns through 20% of your energy, 20 times more per gram than muscle or gut tissue. To grow a bigger brain without starving or needing a ridiculous amount of total calories, something had to give. Enter the gut. Apes and early hominins had huge guts for fermenting all that tough plant fiber. But as meat came on the scene, calorie-dense, packed with ready-to-use nutrients, our ancestors could afford to shrink that energy-hungry digestive system. Smaller gut, more calories left over for the brain. Fossils back it up. Later Homo species had smaller jaws, weaker chewing muscles, and teeth that look more like ours. They didn't need the heavy plant processing hardware anymore.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoy this video and find it entertaining. If you'd like to see more content like this, check out my YouTube channel.
But it's not just about raw calories. Meat delivers the specific building blocks the brain craves. We're talking high-quality protein with all the essential amino acids. Heme iron that your body actually absorbs, not the weak plant version. Zinc for neuron growth and memory. Vitamin B12. And listen up, this one's animal exclusive. You don't get it reliably from plants. B12 keeps your nerves wrapped and your brain firing, right? Deficiencies taint cognition. We've seen it in fossils, like signs of anemia in a 1.5 million-year-old kid's skull that point straight to meat shortage. Then there's niacin, B3, and choline for brain chemistry, plus long-chain omega-3 fats like DHA. DHA is literally what your brain is made of, a huge chunk of your gray matter. Marrow, brain tissue from prey, and later fish or aquatic foods gave our ancestors premium versions of these. Plant diets? They can't match the bioavailability. Our bodies evolved expecting this stuff. That's why meat-eating ancestors could support brains that let them plan hunts, remember waterholes, and outsmart predators. And don't sleep on cooking. Around the same era, evidence gets stronger by 1.8 million years or so. Fire use kicked in. Cooking meat and plants breaks down tough fibers, kills bacteria, and skyrockets calorie absorption. Richard Wrangham's work shows it's like pre-digesting your food outside the body. More energy and less gut work. Suddenly you've got surplus fuel for bigger brains, longer childhoods, so kids could learn more, and even social stuff like sharing kills around the fire. Now zoom out to humanity in general. This meat-powered brain upgrade didn't just make us smarter one-on-one. It rewired entire societies. Hunting and scavenging meant cooperation, guys working together, sharing spoils, dividing labor. Females could focus more on raising big-brained, slow-maturing kids because the calories were reliable. That division of labor, classic human pattern, it probably seeded language, planning, even early culture. By the time Homo sapiens rolled around 300,000 years ago with our 1,350 cubic centimeters brains, we were apex predators. We spread to every continent, invented art, tools, trade. Meat wasn't a luxury. It was the foundation. Hunter-gatherer diets worldwide were 20 to 50% animal foods or more, depending on the environment. Agriculture came later, about 10,000 years ago. But even then, meat stayed central. Think cattle, hunting, feasts. Without that early meat investment, we don't get pyramids, philosophy, engines, or the Constitution. Plain and simple. The brains that built Western civilization, the innovative, risk-taking, freedom-loving spirit that defines the human spirit, trace back to ancestors who knew a good steak or antelope haunch when they saw one. Sure, there's debate in the science. A 2022 study in PNAS looked at bone sites in East Africa and said, after adjusting for how much we've actually dug up, the meat surge with Homo erectus isn't as dramatic as it looks. Early evidence was just undersampled. Fair point. Meat eating started earlier and was probably steady. But that doesn't kill the bigger picture. The nutritional payoff, the gut-brain trade-off, the fossil anatomy changes, those are rock solid. Physiologically, animal foods gave us the edge. Our bodies still run best on them. Biology doesn't care about modern trends. Look, I'm not here to shame anybody's dinner plate. But let's be real. In a world full of processed junk and ideological diets telling you to ditch meat for the planet, remember what actually built us. Meat eating wasn't cruelty. It was survival, ingenuity, and straight-up adaptation. Our ancestors didn't apologize for hunting. They celebrated it. They turned scarcity into strength. That same drive, work hard, eat real food, build something better, is what made America the powerhouse it is. We're not weak herbivores. We're the species that tamed fire, crossed oceans, and put a man on the moon because our brains got the premium fuel nature provided. And this is a small reflection. At the end of the day, the story of meat and the human brain isn't just ancient history. It's a reminder of who we really are. We didn't evolve by playing it safe or following the herd. We thrived by being bold, opportunistic, and unapologetically omnivorous. That carnivorous spark fueled every leap forward, from stone tools to smartphones. In our capitalist, freedom-loving world, it's a call to own our biology. Eat the meat, build the muscle and the mind, and keep pushing humanity forward. No guilt, no excuses, just the raw power that made us unstoppable. Thanks for watching, folks. What's your take? Drop it in the comments, and I'll see you next time.
That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, and dropping a comment below. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more content like this, and you can find my other social media in the description below. See you in the next video.